Hey everyone, this is Ray from Ray's Place, rolling with Cam and Colton. As you can see, I'm not at home today. I am actually at work still trying to make up some hours from this week's adventures to all of the specialists this week we've had to do. We had to also cancel PT because the appointments ran into their PT appointments. So there's no PT videos this week of Cole or Cam this week. So one of the visits we had was also today with the optometrist, which we got a little bit of meh news today. So I'll leave that for a little bit later. And when we had GI earlier in the week this week, and Camden's doing pretty, not GI, that was last week, but he's doing fine with GI. He's doing good. He's gaining weight like he's supposed to. He's on a 24 cal bottle because we weren't meeting his needs for calories because he's a micro preemie. He's 9 months old, but he only weighs 11.5 pounds currently. We've gained a whole bunch of weight. And since we have some motor skill delays, he's delayed to his adjusted age is 3 to 4 months old. So that's where we're at with him, and he gets OT and PT as well. So we've been playing catch up with him. So he's been he lets you know when he's unhappy or if he's super sleepy. And I noticed lately, I don't know if it's a day center thing that he's learned, a behavior. He'll be playing with his hands, and he could be laying down on his belly, on his back, sitting in a seat or in one of his chairs. And he'll just sit there and do a low grumble and just whine and moan. So we don't know if he picked that up from being at the day center, from sitting by himself, or if he's bored. We're not quite sure. He sounds like he's upset, but when you go and look at him, he's playing with his hands, he's playing with a toy, he's trying to grab things, he's trying to bat at things, but he's not, but he just sounds upset. So we're not sure what we're supposed to do there on that. And if he's learning this from daycare because he gets left by himself more often than not since they're short-staffed. I'm trying to figure out how to break that so we don't have that continuously. As if you did watch Who's Watching Who video, I'll post the link for that down below. You can hear him in the background. He's doing that. He's doing the little grumble noise. I will post it. And you can hear him. Then that's what I'm talking about. He just sits there and it's cute, but it can become very annoying because you don't know how or what he needs. But then like I said, when you look at him, he's playing with his hands. He's playing. He's being cute, but he's just acquired this now. So, and then then today we went to the optometrist. It's for Colton. As we all know, Colton has motor skill delays. We have fine motor skill delays. And we also have super low muscle tone. So everything you see him doing is all his hard work from this last year. He will be coming up on his 1-year anniversary of physical therapy next month. I'm so excited. He's done so much. It's been wonderful. So, but we have a long way to go yet, but he's doing great. And now we're jibber jabbering and we're talking, and it's wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm going to do some of my work while I'm chit-chatting because I only have a few more minutes and I finally get to go home. Yay! Working my 9 to 5. So I just wanted, and we did a follow-up eye check. It's been very, very hard they want us to patch his eye so the other eye can start getting stronger. The brain will function to make it stronger. So maybe we can correct the vision a little bit. It wanders a little tiny bit, especially when he's really, 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 really tired. It'll just on its own. And you can see it when he gets a little bit excited and he's focusing, it'll move a little. And also, it's the left side. His left side is the weaker of the side of his body. And I don't know if I ever explained, he was born 10 weeks early, but he was born feet first, and he was stillborn. And from what we have been told by Dad, he was maybe about 5 minutes without oxygen, stillborn. He was blue as my shirt. He's here. He survived, and he spent a little over 60 days in NICU. He was vented, and then the CPAP, and then the oxygen. We think he has Raynaud's because some of his delays with staying in NICU when he was a baby, it was like he couldn't regulate his temperature, so we Raynaud's, whichever you prefer, however you say it, tomato, you know what I mean. But what are we going to do? So he's having a hard time with that. So the one eye on the left side is his weaker side. So the one eye wanders a little bit when he's super duper tired. The MAC on the inside is twisted. So every so often, you'll see it twist. His eye will actually tweak. So does the right one, she noticed today. It tweaks a little, but the MAC isn't turned like the left one. And she thought he might have had a cataract in the right eye today, so she went looking. Come to find out, he has a vessel that's really thick, and it's popping up in the eye. But we have to keep an eye on that to make sure it's not growing and getting bigger and start to obscure his view. So we have to keep an eye on that one too. So currently we're going to be patching. We're going to have to patch it. It's going to be awful. He's not going to like it. We're going to put his arms. We have his little immobilizers for his legs. So when he works on his core muscles and to get his stability, we immobilize his legs so he can't bend his knees. So he has to use his core. So we're going to put those on his arms, unfortunately. Put that patch on his eye. And we got to do it for 90 minutes. We have to do the right eye, and that's a daily thing. And then twice a week, she wants us also to use the drops in his eye to help for it to work without, he doesn't have to wear a patch for that one. It's been very hard to do because it leaves red marks. He had on a colored Band-Aid, and it left marks. It's supposed to be latex free, like me, no latex. And it left a mark. So we're going to use the Milk of Mag, put it around the eye, let it dry, then we'll put the patch on because that's supposed to create the barrier, like the barriers cream you can use to get your area ready for whatever you're going to do to it so it doesn't stick to the skin as bad, make it red. So hopefully that's what we can do. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my screen. I have two. So we can hopefully help the left eye out a lot. That's the main goal. So, and we'll document and share so that way maybe if you're a parent that has a child with low muscle tone, or you've had to patch your child's eye, and if you have any recommendations or hacks, can you comment below and let me know what you're doing so we can give it a shot and try it? Because any thing that will help to make it less traumatic will be great. Because he even has to use a cough assist machine. It's a mask. It pushes and pulls, pushes and pulls. He absolutely hates it. But I have to say, because of the low muscle tone for his upper diaphragm, it's been wonderful. He gets the cough up. It hasn't really pulled anything out yet, but it helps him with the cough. And sorry, it's It makes me upset. We'll get into that later, why it makes me upset. So back to it. He would fight you tooth and nail to do that, scream and yell. But screaming and yelling is good because you want the opened airway and the lungs to be open while that's pushing and pulling. And it's only 30 seconds worth. It's the longest 30 seconds ever. The longest 30 seconds ever. So he's just, and he's gotten better with it. So we're hoping with time, we'll get better with the patching. We hope. And we'll figure out a way, or if you, like I said, if you have any ideas to help get them to help with that. He's pretty easy going, laid back, so he might be agreeable, might not. We'll see what happens, how we're going to get this to work. I apologize. I'm still trying to do a few things here at work. And I just wanted to get this off my chest. So if anybody, like I said, if you have any suggestions, please comment below. Let us know. Or if you're uncomfortable, our email is in our main description, but I can also post it down below, and you can email us and let us know too as well. That'd be great. I'll help, anything that would help. And so, and then we're going to have to do this for a good 6 months. There's probably no way around it, but we're probably going to have surgery to get that eye back in alignment. Because her explanation is that the brain will just continue to use the stronger eye, not to use the weaker of the two as well. You know, if we keep them in alignment and get that vision working, getting the brain used to using the vision in that eye versus the right eye, we can kind of get some correction. Maybe get that MAC to turn a little bit so the eye will quit twitching. We know his distance. He can't see the distance. We figured that out when we went to our first parade in the Magic Kingdom. He wasn't paying attention to it coming around the corner, coming at us. He wasn't paying attention to it till it was, I want to say, 2.5, 3 car lengths away from me. And that's when he started really paying attention to it. Or when it was going around the other turn and it was right here in front of us and he was oohing and ahhing and watching it this way. And when we went and did the Festival of Lion King, this is before we knew about being able to get the stroller as his wheelchair. They forced us to sit all the way at the top of the bleachers that one, and he couldn't see it. He was just watching the lights that were reflecting off of the tent and the bleachers where we sat. So he wasn't able to see that either. So now we know we've been revisiting things so he can hopefully enjoy it. We think, she said there's a small little chance with the vision and with his balance could be affecting why he's not quite walking yet, other than his ankles where they bend are so hyperflexive that's why we have to wear AFOs, his little braces, and his legs are getting bigger and his feet are getting longer. One leg is a little bigger than the other. So I think they're getting hard. They hurt when he wears them now. So, and we see ortho in December, so that'll be interesting. He'll be able to walk in because she was wanting to see him walk in on his walker, and well, he's going to do it. We found, as you've seen his videos of him walking. So I'm not sure what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but we're going to go off and enjoy something local, and we'll film about it. And of course, him enjoying his walking and how he has a lot of fun and how the boys do. But then in the end, we're going to have surgery again. So we're currently scheduled 6 months out. So that's how long we're going to be working on getting this, hopefully getting it, get that eye corrected. I'll have to work on that just as hard as everything else we've worked on. And he's still on a soft diet, Sometimes we have to puree it, sometimes we don't, because even though he passed his swallow study, he's not eating and chewing with his full mouth of teeth. We're not just chewing the food like he wants to, but when he gets it, he's like, or then he chokes on it. Even though he watches us chew and eat, he wants to chew and eat, but it's the connection isn't there. So he's not able to enjoy the foods. We give him everything, but we blend it. We try to make it a little chunkier like last week. We tried to do a little bit bigger pieces. He choked. Of course, we'll have to do the pats to get that out, and he did. And then we had to blend it down, just make it a little not so thick again, so he could eat. But he's been eating. We have eliminated pouches unless he's sick. When he was sick a couple weeks ago, he wouldn't eat anything but the pouches. So we made sure he had pouches to have for when he's not feeling well. We've been experimenting with drinks. He can't have anything with apple juice in it. He have a little bit of applesauce, but apple juice, no way. He can't have any of that. And it's really hard to find juices without apple juice in it. Holy moly. So it's not hard. It's just sometimes is really disheartening. All the work he puts in, and he's progressing with leaps and bounds, and God has blessed that child because he didn't ask to be here. He didn't ask to be born that way. It's not his fault. His parents were having the issues they had, and that caused him to be born the way he was born. And I'm glad to be his grandmother, because I'm going to make damn sure he can get what he needs out of life. And we all know he has cerebral palsy, and he's the rubber band version, not rigid and stiff. He's rubber band man. The physicians are not ready to give it to him. It's really frustrating. And the other thing that's really frustrating is that when you go somewhere, and you have to park, and you have to take out the stroller, you have to take out the walker, you have to get him, and he's got his braces on, and he's a flailing, and then you have people parking so close to you that you can't get him in and out. You can't do anything with the walker, the stroller. And then you ask the physician, would you mind filling out the form for him for handicap parking? I know not all handicap parking places are created equal. There's some that are just as small as regular parking, and there's some that are really nice and decent. And it would make our life so much easier if we could get our doctor to fill that out. I have the form. I just need to go drop it off at the office this coming week and see what I can do, get them to get that started, because it's not fair to him. It's for me. To me, it's not fair to him. So I just wanted to, and again, if anyone has any suggestions with the eye patching, or if you have any suggestions for any of it, it'd be wonderful. We're super new at this. My kids were not special needs, so this is a whole new era for me. And we need to make do and learn as we go, because we learn every day, which is fantastic. But it's something we need to do. And if we can share information with someone, and you can share information with us, we would appreciate it. That's why I do these posts. I try to share things we do, because I just want to share our experiences and what we learn, because this has been a learning experience. Life has been wow. So thank you. We appreciate all our subscribers that stayed with us, even with the 4 years that I don't know what the hell happened to it, why we even have 2 channels. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of the new subscribers and followers. Please remember, please to like, to watch our videos at least 2.5 minutes through, 2.5, 3 minutes, please. It will help our algorithm. And if you like our video, that'll help the algorithm. And if you even just say a comment to say, hi, I watched, or hey, something simple, send a smiley face, anything in the comments, that helps the algorithm to get our channel and us out there so we can get this ball rolling, because I would like to see this channel blow up for the boys. Because I believe, I've prayed so much on this, I believe that it's going to work for them, and then we can make sure they're good. So we appreciate everyone. Thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful night, and be blessed, not stressed. Bonus footage. So real quick, I just wanted to share on this part of my ride home. I'm just sharing it with everyone because a lot of times at this time of the evening, you might get to see some of the local, I call them the locals, the wildlife out here. And usually, normally, especially with it cooling off a little bit like it is right now, they're usually pretty busy out here. And it's really weird that I haven't seen any. But I just wanted to share with you so you could see them if they're out. It'd be great. I don't know if a lot of people see them or if a lot of people don't see them. I don't know. But it's the deer I'm mainly talking about, because during the days when you see the hogs and the turkey out here, and coming up here in this little section up here, I hear about the monkeys, because the monkeys are from when Silver Springs used to do the filming for Tarzan, and they would bring in the monkeys. Instead of taking the monkeys back or giving them to a zoo, they just turned them loose here. See, there's nobody. This is so odd. And they're so beautiful to see out here, and they just sit and they look at you as hard as you're looking at them. Oh man, sorry about the lights from the other vehicle. But yeah, it's just really cool. So, I apologize. Dang. And the moon is super, super bright. That's the reflection you're seeing in the lens. Tonight the moon is like mega bright. And we are crossing over the Ocklawaha River. But again, I was sharing, and this is where they're not so popular being out. But I was just sharing to see if they would show up while I was driving home, so you could see them and check it out. It's really cool. So, dang, nobody's out. I tried. Here comes one of the coolest decorations on the planet. This company puts up these amazing Christmas trees. Look at it! I want that Christmas tree. I'm sorry, I know you can't see it all the way. But I want that Christmas tree in my yard. It is so cool. They're so expensive. That was my goal, is to have one up. And of course, that's the only one you're going to see right now, this far out in the woods. But yes, oh my gosh.